I'm really over it, man. This is just. It ain't it. This ain't it. They just suck right now. It's kind of pathetic. We'll go ahead, wait for some people to come in. Then we will go from there. But man, this team just sucks. Viking, they suck. Sorry, Viking. I can't. You know I defend the Lakers all the time. You know I do. They suck right now. You can't lose to the Kings, bro. And I know the game's still going on. Like it's still 118 to 114. The Lakers realistically still have a chance to win, but even then it's like it doesn't even matter to me if the Lakers win or not because it's like it shouldn't be this close. They're up by, 9 to 11 points the entire time in the first half, but in the third quarter doesn't matter. Raheem, they're only down 4. I know that, but they still suck either way. Even if they win this game, it doesn't matter. They haven't proven that. First of all, they have they struggle to close quarters. Okay, they're outscored 40-23 in the third quarter. This Laker team, like they were winning the entire first half, and it looked like they're gonna run away with it. Right, LeBron was going off. Malik Monk, he was going off. But like I can't sit here and excuse it. I just can't. I'm sorry. Viking asks, why is Westbrook in this game? I don't know, man. I don't even know what to make of Westbrook anymore. I've been defending Westbrook for a long, long time. And it's just kind of hard to defend him, to continue defending him every time he just pulls this up. Every time. I mean, it's not even the turnovers because he hasn't been turning the ball over as much recently. It's just about the shots he takes, the decision making. Like when he shoots a 3 and misses it, and Buddy Hield makes a 3 on the other end. That's a 6-point swing that Westbrook caused. So it's like it's much more than just let's look at the turnovers. So I have to hold Westbrook accountable. Gigi says, I'm not mad about the Bulls tonight. If anything, annoyed, especially since other teams I wanted to lose won tonight. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So in the standings and just in general, just being a Bulls fan in general, yeah. If other teams lose, and that's always a good thing. And it's the Nets. Katie and Harden couldn't miss. Yeah. Raheem says, your honesty is funny. I mean, listen, dude. Like I'm honest all the time with my opinion, right? I don't, I whatever opinion I come up with the Lakers, it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just I can't. I just can't. When the Lakers lose to teams like the Kings, dude, like I just can't. I'm really trying to look at this from a positive point of view, right? But it really is something. It really is something. Gigi says, I get what he's saying. Even if the Lakers win it, he shouldn't have been this close with a team like the Kings. It hurts less when you're getting blown out by the Nets. Yeah, because the game's already decided, right? But if the Lakers are winning by 8 to 12 points the entire time in quarters 1 and 2, and it's against the Kings, right? 27th worst defense in the league. And the Lakers just can't do much against them in the second half. They get outscored 40-23. It's just embarrassing. It is just embarrassing. So I really don't know what to make of it anymore. I'm trying to find a way to like come up with a way to kind of make myself feel better about this one. But in a sense, I'm just like, I'm over it. You know, I make these videos all the time, everything. But I don't even I don't even know what to say anymore. So if you guys in the chat can try saying or something or whatever the case is that can give me some hope with the Lakers moving forward, then just let me know. But honestly, I don't even know if I can find anything that can make anyone. I don't know if anyone can say anything that would make me feel better. Viking says, bro, I'm so done with this guy. Swear LeBron better reconstruct his contract or something and let the Lakers buy the guy out. I mean, at the end of the day, Viking, LeBron is the one who influenced a bunch of these moves. You know, him and Rob Pelinka are always in touch regarding who to get and things of that sort. And I think the rest of the team is good. I just don't think Russ is good. If Russ was not on this team, I'm pretty sure we would have won, a good amount of these games. And I'm not gonna sit here and say trade other players. We need to look at Russell Westbrook. And I'm not sure if we can trade Russell Westbrook at this point because I'm not sure if teams want a $44 million contract guy. So LeBron plays a huge part in how the roster is constructed. So as much as you would want to feel bad for LeBron, I mean, he wanted this. He wanted this team the way it's constructed. He wanted to be a Laker. So whatever the case is, I'm not going to feel bad for him because he's a part of the team, and they all have to hold some kind of accountability. Let's see. No, I don't think so, Rakeem. Antonio says, now you see why we need a trade. This is embarrassing. We keep losing against sucky teams. I mean, like I mentioned before, I don't think it's the rest of the team. I think the main problem is Russell Westbrook right now. And it's just his inability to just, I don't know, like you saw it with the Wizards, right? He was able to adapt with them really, really well in the second half of the season. So it's like, okay, can he do that again? Like, I don't even know. At this point, I'd rather have THT playing than Russell Westbrook. It's just at least THT drives into the rim. At least he is aggressive and he has more upside, right? I feel like when THT's in the game, it has more of a positive impact than Russell Westbrook. But it's just annoying because I like Russell Westbrook as a player and a person, but man, it is just it's just tough. It's just tough. Yeah, that is true. You guys did beat the Nets twice, so you guys should not feel bad about your loss too much. Viking says there's nothing. No one can say anything to me to change my mind about Westbrook. Ball dominant, ineffective, inefficient, turnover prone, boneheaded player. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can get any more accurate than that. I understand Westbrook has been trying to make some adjustments, but at the end of the day, this guy is still Russell Westbrook, and his tendencies will always stay. The fact that he's not necessarily a great shooter, the fact that he's just, he's not that efficient. He's at his best when he's aggressive and when he has his mid-range going, because I do believe he has a pretty solid mid-range game, but unfortunately, he's just overthinking everything. And that's why you're seeing his mid-range just being airballed all the time. And when you don't even have a mid-range, dude, I mean, if you don't drive in and you don't have a mid-range, what do you have? Because I'm trying to understand what Russell Westbrook provides this team. He's supposed to be the ball dominant player to get LeBron off of the ball more. But he's supposed to do it in an effective way, and he's not really been doing that. So this game is on Russ a lot because we were winning. And, Russ, whenever he shoots a three or mid-range or he drives in and just tosses up some garbage layup, the other team gets momentum. And it's disappointing because the Kings are ranked as one of the worst defensive teams in the league. But it's not like Russ couldn't do anything against them. Like, it's like, I don't get it. I never will. I'm really starting to question the fit here. Viking, I wouldn't go that far about saying how does he even belong in the NBA. Let's not do that. Gigi says, not gonna lie, kind of happy Lakers lost tonight, so Albert and I don't have to be miserable alone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to look at it like that, so we can share our misery together. Let's see. Antonio says Westbrook keeps playing trash because he knows he's going to get traded. It's just like I don't even know if the Lakers can even trade him at this point. You know, he's getting paid like $44 million. I don't see a way in which he would be traded. Um, I don't know what it is about Westbrook. I find myself defending him every game, but honestly, like even I know when it's time to stop and hold him accountable because that's a person that I am. I'm not gonna be, biased and say, oh, Westbrook is great, Westbrook this, Westbrook that. No, I mean, I'm gonna hold everyone accountable equally. So Westbrook has got to step up because when you score 8 points, when you score 8 points against these trash Sacramento Kings, uh, it's supposed to be a bounce back game because y'all were kind of garbage against Memphis. And I was okay with that because Memphis is good, but you can't come out against Sacramento and just play trash. That is just unacceptable. I don't even know what to make of it at this point. Savage Kick says Lakers trash. Yeah, they are right now. Albert says I can't stand us being on national TV. The Bulls don't deserve being on it when we're on national TV. We got whooped by the Warriors and now the Nets stop putting us on national TV. Hey, maybe. Let's see. Viking says, bro, I swear we don't need him. We don't. THT or Monk can handle these ball handling duties. Kendrick Nunn can handle the ball. We don't need him. Just trade him for a bag of Lay's and some marshmallows. You know what? That's a good point, Viking. But at the same time, you have to look at it from the marshmallow standpoint of view. Would the marshmallows and the bag of Lay's would it be on the Lakers? They have to look at it. Does it benefit them? So I honestly don't even know at this point. Albert says, true, GG, at least we're not miserable alone. Yep. Grizzlies smack them every time. That is true. And Tony says, waive Westbrook. We already got none. See, financially, it just doesn't work out that way. We can't just get rid of a contract if we please, because if that was the case, John Wall would have been waived, but you still have to pay him, a good amount. So we can't just waive Westbrook and get rid of his contract that way. It's not, it doesn't work like that. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 8 points. That's, Jalen, great point. I mean, it maybe is a confidence thing because I know Westbrook is a solid mid-range shooter. I've seen his entire career. He's never been a good three-point shooter. I'll give you that. But off the pick and roll, when he's confident to shoot a mid-range, it's pretty good. And what does that do? It creates more opportunities for Russ to drive in more efficiently because the defender can't sag on him, right? He's able to get a layup better. So it probably is a confidence thing. But when you think about Russell Westbrook, I mean, he is the guy with the utmost confidence, but this season has really done a number on him and his confidence. So I don't even know what it is at this point. They got to have a team meeting or something, man. I don't even know what to say about Russell Westbrook at this point. But I have no idea. Let's see. Why didn't Monk start the fourth quarter? I have no clue. I mean, Malik Monk was probably our best player in the game, right? Him and Austin Reeves. So I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Yeah, they're still 2-1 on the Nets this year. Why does Vogel keep them in the game? I don't know. I don't know. And it's kind of a liability. It's like when the Sixers, when Ben Simmons was playing, it's like they bench him in the fourth, right? So I don't know what the Lakers got to do with him. David, 100% agree with you. Lakers are embarrassing. You can't lose to the Kings like that. I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't lose to the Kings. That's my point. The Kings suck. David, to answer your question, there is no defense. You'd think that the Lakers would play with more intensity, and they did in the first half, but in the second half, that all disappeared. So, man. Two Savages, now the Lakers are trash. If the Lakers win the next 2 games, I'm going to be here, Lakers in the finals. I never suggested, when they're on their 4-game winning streak, I said their potential is to win a championship. But it's all about taking steps, right? It's all about taking steps in the right direction. And when the Lakers take a massive step back with losing against a trash team in the Kings, what am I supposed to say? Oh, the Lakers are going to win the finals? No, you you gotta be realistic. And everyone's opinion changes over time, depending on on what they see. So it's completely normal if I call my team trash because they are trash for losing to the Kings. That's not invalid. So I don't even know what to make of it at this point. Knicks or Lakers right now? No biased answer. I would have to go with the Knicks. Savage kick. The Knicks. Oh my God. I don't even know what to do. Like, like the Knicks beat us earlier this season, right? But I don't even know. I feel like without Russell Westbrook, this team could be so much better. I feel like getting Russell Westbrook was more of a desperate move to get a third superstar because there were reports of, the Lakers wanting Lillard or someone instead or whatever the case was, but getting Westbrook was like a last option. So yeah. Antonio says Rob got to do something before it's too late. I mean, there's only so much he can do, right? It's kind of hard to do that, considering the financial situation we're in, considering that the trade deadline is nearing. I don't know what kind of magic he can pull out of nowhere. I don't know. Yeah, there is no reason to lose to the Kings this late into the season. That's just, you can't lose to the Kings this late in the season. Trade Westbrook ASAP. He hurts shooting and spacing. Hard to see. It really is hard to see. Because, I feel like our team is really good without Westbrook. You even see, players like THT and Monk, they do significantly better. We just can't. Westbrook's just not it, dude. I'm sorry. I like Westbrook a lot as a player. I love his competitiveness. But I haven't found a reason as to why Westbrook will eventually fit down the line for the Lakers. I don't know. I don't see it. Only reason why Knicks won is RJ's been going off in the last 2 games. It's true. Vikings suggests, if you think about it, how many games have we won because of Russ? We've won games in spite of this guy. Monk has more impact on winning. We could use Ellington in more in lineup instead of him. Yeah, that's true. I mean, with Westbrook, I feel like maybe we've won 1 or 2 games with him, but we've probably lost 8 games because of him. You know what I mean, Viking? It's maybe we've won a couple because of him, but we've lost a lot of them because of him. So I don't know. Let's see. Savage Kick says, not gonna lie, the other day the Hawks was coming back on Lakers fourth quarter until they bench Russ. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's what Frank Vogel needs to do. He needs to bench Russ. Just in general in the fourth quarter, because essentially when Russell Westbrook tosses up a garbage 3-point shot and then Buddy Hield gets a fast break 3-point shot, it's a 6-point swing. Essentially, that's a turnover. That's an unofficial turnover. Yeah, because he didn't necessarily pass it to them or give it up directly to them, but he missed a shot badly. That's just in another way a turnover. So yeah, his turnover numbers may be down, but sometimes that could be misleading, and that's something that people have to recognize. Is I like how Russ is trying to address to lower his turnovers, but at the same time, he's lessened his aggression significantly because of it. So that's something that he can't do. He has to have that confidence back. Too Savage asks, prediction for how far the Lakers can go. I mean, you already know. I've said it on multiple occasions. The talent that they got on this team, and we've seen this team go off sometimes, and they've beaten a team like the Heat and the Grizzlies before. So I believe they have the potential to go far, but potential is one thing, and doing it is another thing, right? I mean, you can have all the potential in the world, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't back it up, right? David King says, yeah, we did lose to the Thunder. That's the thing. We lost to the Thunder twice. And the reason why I was willing to excuse that behavior, those losses earlier, is because those were earlier in the season and we're going through COVID cases and all those other stuff. So I was willing to at least, look at it from that perspective that, hey, it's still earlier on in the season. It's all good, right? It's all good. Let's just let it be. I'm not going to go too hard on them, even though it wasn't a good loss. But man, they are not. They didn't look good. They just did not look good, and that's just all there is to it. Let's see. Yeah, trash. Expectations wise, it's probably the most disappointing Lakers season I've seen so far. I mean, what were the expectations? You know, because everyone's expectations were the Lakers weren't gonna do anything anyways. You know, all the haters out there were expecting the Lakers to just be complete garbage. So if you're going based off of their expectations, we're not really, you know, disappointing in that sense. Extend Westbrook? God, is that a joke? Yeah, I'm not sure if Vogel has the guts to bench Westbrook. I mean, he's done it before, but really that's just another issue that you have to deal with. I think the team needs to come together. LeBron, AD, Russ, Vogel, like the all those guys, and just come together and talk about Westbrook's role. They really just got to come together and try figuring out a way to moving forward in the best way possible, because they can't keep trying to get away with this. Viking says, imagine how terrible it's going to be in the playoffs when they're forced to play in the half court with Russ handling ball. I don't think I've ever seen Westbrook shoot the ball and go, oh, that's bad, that's butter, or that's in. Yeah, but that's the thing, dude. I feel like if we do go into the playoffs, Westbrook has to play. God, I don't even know what to make at this point. What does he even have to do? He has to be benched. He has to be benched. Two Savage asks, if the Lakers were to trade Westbrook, who would you like to get back realistically? Honestly, anything, Two Savage. Anything. Because Westbrook is not really being anything like beneficial towards our team. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but maybe I'd even want Dennis Schroeder right now over Russell Westbrook. And I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. I love Westbrook. I like him way more than Schroeder. But in terms of fit right now, just another point guard who is not Westbrook could be something good for our team. Victor, I completely agree with you. I don't like the small ball lineup either. And that's the thing, dude. They keep on, this is the thing. They keep on like the Lakers keep on talking about doing a small ball lineup, having LeBron at center, whatever the case is. It doesn't work. Just because LeBron did well at the center position for 4 or 5 games against trash teams, it doesn't mean it's going to work against the better teams. And it didn't work against Memphis, right? And then now against Sacramento, they lost. So really, what are you trying to do realistically? LeBron at the center position was never going to be a full-time thing. I don't understand why the Lakers were trying to force it. Just start Dwight. Start Dwight, dude. Is this rocket science or something? Why can't we just start Dwight? That is the one thing I don't like about Vogel, though. Listen, I think Vogel's a good coach. I'm not going to put all the blame on him. But what I will say is that I'm going to hold him accountable in the sense that he doesn't play Dwight enough. Is that just me? Because I don't get why we're not playing Dwight. Every time Dwight Howard comes into the game, we're always doing great things. And I don't understand why he's not playing more. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Extending Westbrook's never going to happen, man. I'm telling you that now. Antonio says, I'd rather have Tobias and Ben. Sure. Sure. Two Savage says, hopefully things turn around for the Lakers when AD returns. And that's what fans are clinging on now, right? Like, we're just waiting for Kendrick Nunn and AD to come back and hoping that this could be a saving thing, right? Because we don't have our second best player. I think that's also something that we forget, is that we don't have Anthony Davis. And when Anthony Davis is healthy, he's still a really good player. So we could use it anytime. But, we just have to wait and see. We literally just have to wait and see. Would you do Simmons for Westbrook? I mean, I don't like Simmons that much, but probably because Simmons is younger, he has more potential. I just don't like how he never shoots, but whatever. Trading Westbrook for Kuzma? Oh, God. You know what, Viking? Fit-wise, that would be better. LeBron Tay says Russ needs to look at the other top teams as point guards and lift his competition is real. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Russ has always been known to be an aggressive point guard with him driving in, with him, just being confident in his shot. And that's why Russ has had a good career. He's made a career out of driving in. He's made a career out of having a good mid-range shot, but that's all gone this season. So I really don't know what to make of it. So I don't know. I don't know. David says Russ is sloppy with the ball. Yeah, I agree with that. Because when Russ actually calms down and plays calmly, the Lakers do pretty well. But asking Russ to do something he never does for an entire game, an entire season, is just the chances of that happening is like winning a lottery at Las Vegas. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Kuz had 19, 10, and 9 today. Yeah, but he's not going to put that on the Lakers. Just keep that in mind. Whatever Kuz is doing on the Wizards right now, Antonio says, "What's up with the Lakers wanting Trent?" Because he's a good 3-and-D guy. I'm not sure. As long as Russ is on this team, I'm not even sure how. It's so hard. I don't even know what to make of it, dude. I don't know. This whole Russell Westbrook thing is just all over the place. I genuinely believe that if you take, let's just say keep this entire team the same, right? You take Russell Westbrook out of the equation. This team is better without Russ than with Russ. The same exact team. That's what I genuinely believe. So when you're asking, should they trade for this player? Should they trade for this guy? It's like, I mean, it's nice and all, but we still have Russell Westbrook. I don't know. I don't know at this point. Let me know what you guys think about that. David suggests Lakers should go for Jeremy Grant. Honestly, dude, our main problem is Westbrook. It's not even other things right now. It's Westbrook and then our defense. So number one priority is Westbrook because he's the one that makes it tough for the Lakers to play defense because of his sloppy play on offense, right? So take care of that first. And yeah, I don't know. Viking says Westbrook is done. We're done. We need to move on. He's toxic for us. I just don't see how we're gonna trade him. That's all. I don't see how we're gonna trade for Westbrook. Realistically, the dude's getting paid 40-something million. I don't know. I don't know. And to be honest, guys, like I don't even want to stream right now. Okay, like this is just this is kind of just annoying that I have to sit here and it's just annoying that I'm streaming and it's just the same story back and forth. You'll win some games. I'm like, okay, the Lakers have potential. Then they lose a game against a team that they shouldn't lose, so they take a major step back. And then they win a couple, they lose a couple. It's just a roller coaster of a ride. And honestly, watching them is just exhausting enough. Coming here to stream to you guys and talking about it is exhausting as well. I mean, like, this Laker team is just, man, dude, it's the same thing over and over again. And you know what? I like Russ as a guy, as a player, all this other stuff, but logically looking at it, if the Lakers realistically want to become a contender, if they want to get better, they need to do something about Westbrook. I think that's plan number one. They can't start looking at other players like, oh, let's trade Wayne Ellington away, or let's trade, heck, even Kent Bazemore, I feel like would be more beneficial than Russell Westbrook sometimes. That's ridiculous because I don't like Kent Bazemore either. But Westbrook has just been completely garbage recently. And I'm really not seeing how we're going to be title contenders moving forward with him. I don't see it. I don't see it. Brandon says Austin Reeves is better than Westbrook. Yeah, he has been playing better than Russell Westbrook. Isn't that crazy? God, dude. He's been playing better than Russell Westbrook. Austin Reeves, dude. Austin Reeves has won us a couple of games with his defense, with his game winner. Can't say that much about Russell Westbrook now, can I? Yeah, I don't know if we can sit him, but we can definitely bench him in the fourth quarter, Viking. I think realistically, if we do not trade Russell Westbrook, I think we have to start exploring the idea of benching him in the fourth quarter. I realistically think that's the way to go for the Lakers because their offense is anemic in the fourth quarter when Westbrook is on the court. The Viking says LeBron about to average 31 points and have it all go in vain. What a waste of this guy's prime. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? This is what he wanted, right? He wanted Russ too. I mean, he wanted Lillard. That didn't work. You wanted maybe another player. That didn't work. So him and Rob are like, all right, let's pull the trigger on getting Russ. And now it's not working. So I'm not going to sit here and feel bad for nobody. The Lakers deserve all the criticism, every single player, every single coach, every single front office person. I don't care who it is. They deserve criticism to some extent. Brandon says they should play Dwight Moore. 100% agree with you, Brandon. I don't understand why they're not. I know the league is more focused on small ball, garbage 3-point shooting now, which I never like. Okay, like I get it. Like Steph Curry, he's amazing, but not everybody is Steph Curry, dude. Not everybody is Steph Curry. So I don't know why you move away from what worked, right? You had Dwight and you won a championship when you played big, right? And their small ball was good in spurts, not 100% of the time. So I don't even know. I don't even know. Savage K says at least he'll win MVP at this rate. If you're talking about LeBron, I guarantee you he's not going to win MVP because of the Lakers record. David says Lakers better make some moves before the trade deadline. Rob Pelinka has some homework to do. Honestly, David, at this point, they can look at another point guard, hopefully get him. I don't know why we didn't get Darren Collison back. Like, I genuinely liked Darren Collison. I think we should keep Darren Collison, and I think he should be our fourth quarter point guard over Russell Westbrook. That's just me. Am I crazy for saying that? Because I know what Darren Collison is capable of. I remember a couple seasons back, the Lakers wanted Darren Collison for a reason. I think in the fourth quarter, if we got Darren Collison, Russell Westbrook can either be on the bench. I don't see how that's a bad gig. I really don't see how. Let's see. Viking says, yeah, you're right. He did want Russ. I thought he was supposed to be this basketball savant. What was he thinking? I could have told you this wouldn't work. And I started watching ball like 6 years now. I mean, I don't know. LeBron, see, this is the thing. Superstars, when they team up, somehow, some way, most of the time they make it work, with maybe the exception of a couple of teams, right? So maybe in LeBron's head, right? It's like you in the league now to win a championship, it seems like you need 3 stars. Because you see the Nets as big 3, right? I don't know. Like maybe they're worried and they needed to make some changes because Kuz wasn't it for us with the Lakers. KCP had to be packaged along. Montrez was not good for us in the postseason, or he just wasn't utilized efficiently. So it's like we had to get rid of him, and Westbrook was available. So it's like, I don't know. Who could have said that would have been a bad move back then? I mean, obviously the Westbrook haters said it, but realistically, looking at it from a logical point of view when that trade happened, you would have thought that we fleeced the Wizards. Too Savage honestly thought no one thought Russ would be this bad. Russ needs to step it up. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make, Too Savage. Nobody thought Russ was going to be this bad because he's the third option. See, on other teams, right, when he was on Thunder, he would be the first option, the second option. He was never the third option, but that's the thing. Anthony Davis is not back, guys. So it's like with Westbrook, can he play better when Anthony Davis is on the court? That's something we need to keep in mind because, Anthony Davis hasn't played a good amount of the season. So when he comes back, is it possible that Russ can be a good third guy? I guess that's the only hope I'm holding on to is Anthony Davis coming back. Yeah, James. Darren Collison has high IQ. He's an experienced point guard, solid defense. Yeah. Love for basketball, sad to say, but the Lakers are stuck with Westbrook this season. Yeah. Brandon Storeball says, us fans care more about basketball than some of these NBA players. Try your best not to stress out. I'm a big Bulls fan. We got beat up tonight too, LOL. Are there just a bunch of Bulls fans in here? Like, we got Gigi, we got Albert. I swear to God, like, Brandon, I don't know if you're from my other streams. I don't think I recall your username at all. But, like, there are, like, other Bulls fans in here. And I'm like, this is a Laker channel. I wonder how all these Bulls fans come in these streams. It's cool. It's cool. But I guess Gigi and Albert now have another person to feel sad about. Hey, Gigi, I know you guys are worldwide. I never said you guys weren't, you know? By no means did I ever say that. So I just put a Discord link in the description below. You guys can go ahead and join that. We just talk about anything in general. Sports, Bulls, Knicks, Cavs, Lakers, whatever. You guys should join it. Definitely a fun time. A lot of back and forth in there for fun. Let's see. Viking says, I don't remember a lot of people being excited about the Russ trade. When they did that trade, people said it would be made the Nets big three look like a match in heaven. We didn't think this would work. A lot of haters suggested it wouldn't work, right? So I guess that's true. Let's see. David is a Laker fan. Finally. Yes, more Laker fans. Too Savage is a Bulls fan as well. GG, join the Discord, Brandon. 100% join the Discord. It is the place to be. We all join. Anyone can join. And it's fairly active. I would say it's fairly active. I look at the Discord. I mean, it's always pretty active in there. So go ahead and join that, Brandon. Whoever else wants to join it, anyone can join. Anyone can put anything in there. So yeah. Love for basketball says Bulls are playing awesome. Happy for Caruso, 100%. He was with the Lakers for 4 years, right? So we're gonna love Caruso for wherever he goes, man. Gigi says might have to change the channel name soon. I mean, I probably. Maybe down the line, right? Maybe down the line I will, but Lakers and Bulls Nation all day. Jeez, bro. This is tough. It is just not a good day, man. Can't believe the Lakers lost like that. Too Savage as Caruso or Westbrook. Is that a serious question? That's like Caruso's way better, dude. Defensively, don't even start me on defense. Westbrook's not a bad defender. He's actually a solid defender, but Caruso's an elite defender, dude. Marvin Jenkins, what's up? Said, bad coaching, bro. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about Frank Vogel is how he's trying to implement center position for LeBron full time. I never liked it. Just because it worked for 4 games against 4 trash teams, it doesn't mean that you should keep LeBron at center. I think they need to go back to being big. I think they need to play Dwight more. I think they need to start Dwight. I don't understand why Dwight Howard's not being played. So I agree with you, Marvin, that was bad coaching. And Westbrook is horrible too. I also agree with you on that. Let's see. Gigi says, never a good day when the Bulls lose and the Knicks win. You know what? It was a good day for the Lakers still regardless because the Knicks, they beat the Mavericks and they're ahead of the Lakers in the standings. So it helps us out too. Brandon, he is cheaper. That's the thing. Westbrook is like a top 6 paid player in the league. And he's playing like, an average player, I don't know what it is, but something's got to change. I feel like they just got to bench him in the fourth quarter. I feel like that they got it. I don't even know. Love for Basketball says Westbrook is just painful to watch. Hope the Lakers can turn things around. Yeah, I really hope so too. But it feels like every time he touches the ball, not it's like more likely that something bad will happen than good. That's what I think. That's probably the best way to summarize Russell Westbrook. As talented as that guy is, I feel like every time he touches the ball, I get the feeling that something bad will probably happen as opposed to something good that'll probably be happening for the Lakers. And I've been right most of the time. I mean, every time Westbrook touches the ball, dude, it's like, what's coming out of it? Antonio says Reeves should be a starter. He deserves it. Honestly, I'm okay with Austin Reeves being in the starting lineup, but uh, I don't know. I don't think Westbrook in the starting lineup is the worst thing because in the first quarter we played perfectly fine. Second quarter we played perfectly fine. Third quarter we just fell apart, and then the fourth quarter it's like don't even get me started. So I don't even know. Marvin says we had the game and we bring Westbrook in the game and we lose. He saw Reeves balling and then he shoots at three. Unbelievable. That's exactly my point, Marvin. It's not even just, oh, he only had like 2-3 turnovers. Him missing threes and the opposition making fast break shots, that's essentially a turnover. Ruining our offensive momentum, giving the Kings some fast break opportunities. I mean, that's what Westbrook did so many times. So I 100% agree with you, Marvin. Brandon says, I wonder what LeBron actually thinks of Westbrook. I'm not even sure either. But, I hope people are starting to realize why Kevin Durant left the Thunder. I don't know why people are salty that he left the Thunder. I can understand you being salty that he went to a 73 win team. But leaving the Thunder, whatever, dude. Go ahead. Yeah, love for basketball. Too bad Westbrook's contract is too big to move, and no one wants him the way he's playing now. Even if he was playing, let's say, pretty solid, right? It would have been tough moving him because of that huge contract. He's getting older. He's getting paid 44, 45 mil. Nobody wants that. Not even the rebuilding teams want that. So it's like, what are you going to do moving forward? That's my thing with the Lakers. Gigi says LeBron chose to play with his friends instead of players that want a ring. I love Melo, but Melo's never been a fighter at the end of the day. He's more about the money, and Westbrook's more about his stats. Gigi, I kind of disagree with you on that one. With Melo, I think he's been a huge positive for us, actually. Carmelo is exactly what we wanted Kuzma to be off the bench. A guy that can average probably like 11, 12 points a game, get us a couple shots, be an offensive spark, have offensive flexibility. Carmelo didn't play this game, I don't believe. So I don't agree with you about Melo. In terms of Westbrook, I can't disagree. I can't disagree about that. Antonio says, I blame it on LeBron and AD for wanting Westbrook over DeRozan and Buddy Hield. I mean, yeah, you go for more of the big name guys, right? But that's the thing. Like, Rob Pelinka is not a dumb guy, okay? Rob Pelinka constructed a championship team. And when executives and GMs, they all come together, they consolidate with their best players and say, okay, should we go for this move? Should we do this move, right? That is depending on what they want as well. So people want to blame Rob Pelinka, but honestly, LeBron and AD deserve just as much blame for allowing it to happen, Love for Basketball says, same thought, how he is thinking now that he is seeing Westbrook play. Marvin says, we're losing on small ball. Vogel has got to be the worst coach in the NBA. That's why Orlando got rid of him. Marvin, that's where you and I disagree. He is not the worst coach in the NBA. As far as I'm concerned, he is still a good coach. I just don't agree with the small ball being utilized full time. I don't know. I mean, Vogel won a championship. I think Vogel is the least of our worries right now. I think the main thing is Westbrook. Westbrook is the main thing the Lakers have to focus on. Bench him in the fourth quarter, okay? And then you can focus on playing Dwight more. Those are the two things they need to do more. Bench Westbrook in the fourth, start Dwight Howard. Get rid of this small ball garbage. Brandon says, you guys want to steal Lonzo from my Bulls for Westbrook? If only. If only, dude. If Lonzo was on this team, dude, the Lakers would be so much better. Players don't seem to respond to Vogel. Body language says it all. I don't think it's a matter of coach, though. I think it's just a matter of the overall situation, how this season has gone so far. And I don't think that if you put any other coach, I'm not sure how much the Lakers could be doing better with a different coach. Because at the end of the day, you still got Westbrook, right? And when you still have Westbrook, your chances of winning are always somehow lessened when he's in the game. So, that's what I'm saying. You got to bench Westbrook in the fourth quarter. That's how you can have a successful fourth quarter. Small ball's killing the team, bro. Your coach has to coach. I'm telling you, he's getting fired if they don't win the title, period. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you about him being probably fired if they don't win the chip this season. But man, like it's still I mean, like I mentioned before, I think majority of the blame right now is on Westbrook, and it shouldn't be on Frank Vogel. But Frank Vogel, like I mentioned before, does deserve some blame, right? With the small ball and not implementing Dwight Howard more and stuff of that sort. So in that sense, I do agree with you. Like, dude, Frank Vogel, like, what are you doing? But I think the main issue is Russell Westbrook right now, and I think that's what the Lakers have to focus on moving forward. How to handle Russell Westbrook? How will he fit? Trying to find a way to make him fit with this team long term. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes this offseason, but we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, like, just kind of like streaming like this, talking about, oh, Lakers are good, Lakers are trash, Lakers are good, Lakers are trash. It's exhausting, man. I really don't want to do it anymore. Oh, God. Come on, let's talk about another team now. I'm done with the Lakers. I'm over it. Gigi, Albert, someone. Yeah, I agree with you, Marvin. With someone else, please bring up another team. I'm over the Lakers right now because, like, what we're saying right now mostly is factual, right? But it's not changing the fact that the Lakers are in a bad situation right now, regardless, right? So, someone else bring up something like the Bulls or I don't know. James Washington says, "How about them Sixers?" They're still not going anywhere. I'm not really, they're not going to make it past the second round. So yeah, they lost to the Hornets today, actually. So Gigi says, "I'm telling you, bro, nights like this where you don't want to talk much, you should just have people call in from the Discord." Yeah, I know. That is something I've been trying to like figure out how to implement and stuff like that because I don't have the greatest mic and things that sore, and then I have to figure out how I'm gonna make those calls and whatever the case is, how people are gonna hear it. Like it's much more than just, oh, get on Discord and let's talk. Um, but yeah, let's see. Gigi asks, "Are the Grizzlies real?" Yes, they are real. Uh, I mentioned it to you guys way before. I think the Grizzlies were a dark horse the entire time. I've always believed they were always capable of beating any team in a 7-game series. That's right. I believe they're capable of beating Golden State in a 7-game series. I think they're capable of beating Phoenix in a 7-game series. I just think the Grizzlies are that good. So yeah, that's to answer your question, Gigi. And thanks for bringing something else up because I'm tired of talking about the Lakers. Brandon said, "I just subscribed." Hey, appreciate it, Brandon. Appreciate the support. I appreciate you and the stream, stuff like that. So yeah, more content to come. Um, yeah, I to be honest, guys, like for there are a couple new people in the stream. Um, we don't always have to talk about the Lakers. In fact, I would say it's kind of split up half and half a lot of the time that we end up talking about around the league and the Lakers, right? So we don't have to talk about the Lakers. We really don't. Right now, we don't have to do that. So honestly, and that's what I would prefer. So if we could talk about something else, that would be nice. Brandon asks if I live in LA. Should I disclose that information? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yes, I do. Not going to tell you which part or anything of that sort. Just know somewhere around here, okay? Man, let's see. I wonder, I'm just curious, Gigi, in terms of how far the Grizzlies can go. Because I've mentioned it before multiple times. I feel like they're capable of beating any team in the playoffs, but I wonder how far that it's actually going to take them, right? But man, John Morant's just that guy. He is insanely good. Jesus. Let's see here. Just see what happened around the league because I haven't really kept up with what happened today, other than just the Lakers. Gigi said, "Surprised Drew didn't come in here to rub the losses in our face." Honestly, don't jinx it because I feel like he still has that opportunity to do so, right? Unless I end the stream or whatever the case is. But Brandon says, "I hate to say it, but the Nets look really good." Yeah, I mean, but that was the thing. The Nets always had this expectation of being really good. I don't think that should be, a surprising thing. Celtics beat the Pacers. Okay. Hornets beat the Sixers. Wizards beat the Magic. See, this is the one thing I keep saying. Everyone says, "Oh, the Wizards are good. The Wizards are, you know, they beat the 7-35 Magic." Like, what? Am I supposed to be impressed that they beat the 7-35 Magic by 6 points? I'm sorry. I'm not hating on the Wizards. I think they have a solid team, but sometimes I feel that people overrate them just because of their record. But people fail to forget that they play like teams like the Pistons and Magic so many times. Heat beat the Hawks, no surprise there. The Hawks are really 17-23. Gigi says only people that think the Wizards are good are the Wizards. I, yeah, I don't know why people even think that. It's kind of a ridiculous thought. I'm sorry, the Wizards are not. They have a solid team, but they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. They might be capable of stealing one game in a postseason game against a team like the Nets, but that's it. That's as far as they're going to go. One game in a series. That's all they're going to get at best. The Cavaliers beat the Jazz. Really? I guess it was just an off night for the Jazz. I don't know. The Cavs are also pretty good too. Knicks beat the Mavericks. That's good. I mean, nothing really surprised me other than that. Actually, nothing really surprised me. That was pretty fair. The only thing that kind of caught me off guard was the Lakers Kings with the way they're looking, but I don't even want to get into that anymore. Gigi says a lot of the Jazz players weren't playing. Really? Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess what do you call that? Rudy Gobert wasn't playing, but you still had Bogdanovich, you still had Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, Jordan Clarkson. I mean, that's still pretty solid. I mean, how many players are they missing? I know they're missing out on Gobert and maybe, you know, uh Rudy Gay and Whiteside maybe? Oh, Gigi says Joe Ingles played 13 minutes. Gobert didn't play, but Joe Ingles did. Yeah. Oh man. I might have to end this stream soon because there's not much else to talk about. Lakers suck right now. They have to figure it out. But yeah. I'm gonna have to like change things in terms of how, I stream or whatever the case is. When I do it, I'm trying to like figure everything out, but I'm trying to like figure out what to do when, but it's kind of hard uh figuring all that out. But if you want GG, you can go ahead and start the counter whenever you want. Um because I think I'm just about done unless you guys have some other things to say. Um you Let's see. Go for it. Yeah, and the counter has started. Remember, guys, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, go ahead and do that because that is where we chat a lot of the time. So yeah, me streaming is like, yeah, new people can come in, but the Discord is where we chat a lot as well. So make sure to join that. Brandon asks, I wonder how much Westbrook is going to get after this contract is over. What team would give him a lot of money? He's never going to earn this kind of money again. He will get like 20 mil, I feel like, just because he's Westbrook, but he's never going to get this kind of $45 million contract again. So to answer your question, Brandon, I don't know, maybe like a team that could use him, that low risk, low reward, or low risk, high reward kind of deal. So yeah, GG, you can continue the counter just because I know you paused it just because there's a question, but go ahead and resume the counter. But like I mentioned before, Discord's in the description of my videos, channel description, whatever the case is. I'll go ahead post it one more time in here. So go ahead and join that. That's where we talk about anything, really active chat. So go ahead and join that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. More content's gonna come out soon. And other than that, I hope you all have a good night. I will see you guys for the next stream, which is gonna be, I believe, on Saturday evening against the Nuggets. So I'll go ahead and see y'all then. Other than that, take it easy and have a good night.